powers of persuasion which comes in a democratic process. You organize yourself, pani bhi aa gaya, bijli bhi aa gaya, but they were unauthorized colonies. So we are very happy. I piloted that bill on regularization of how many was it? 731. 1731 colony. I'll never forget that day because my daughter was getting married. And one of the religious ceremonies I had to skip because I had parliament to go there. It's one of the success stories.
Certain states we see that, bulldozers are out there. And the most peculiar aspect about this bulldozer phenomena is also that the criminality is somehow linked to illegal construction and not illegal construction per se. And there is a process. So I just wanted to, take a minute before answering this, that when a house is destroyed or bulldozed or razed, it is like, 20 years of savings down the drain.
No, I think I can have an easy way out. As a land is a state subject, and as a minister, I have nothing to do with it, as a central minister. But I'm not going to take that. Mr. Iyer, I'm going to give you a very simple answer. Don't try and judge what happens in a particular case and which occupies a lot of high voltage space in a newspaper or a news channel as the problem. If the issue that we are discussing here is unauthorized colonies or unauthorized construction, then you're talking to the right guy. Because what we did was, this has been pending from the year of the law 2005 or 6 when you had a Congress government in Delhi. Urbanization in India is an autonomous and robust process. People come from their villages in large states, come to tier 2, tier 3 cities looking for jobs, then they migrate. Any Indian can settle anywhere. So a lot of people came into the national capital region of Delhi or Delhi itself and started some unscrupulous elements, started cutting, wo kehte hain colony kaat rahe hain. Literally it means that they just on paper, they said ye zameen hai. Nobody went into the title, nobody had this thing, you needed a roof on your head. So they just went and constructed some structure there. And what happened with that structure? With the passage of time, the powers of persuasion which comes in a democratic process, you organize yourself, pani bhi aa gaya, bijli bhi aa gaya, but they were unauthorized colonies. So we are very happy. I piloted that bill on regularization of how many was it? 731. 1731 colony. I'll never forget that day because my daughter was getting married. And one of the religious ceremonies I had to skip because I had parliament to go there. It's one of the success stories. We were able to take something, we had a cutoff point, it's still work in progress because we had 2 years of COVID which came in. So, insofar as the, sensational, are you allowed to throw a stone, are you allowed to damage public property, that's not a discussion which can be easily had without knowing the context of that thing. And what is the remedy to that? What I did was, I knew, you might ask that question. So I came prepared. The matter came before the Honorable Apex Court, I think yesterday was it? Yeah. And the court said, follow due process. And what due process in effect means is, they didn't state. They've given them time, let us know. If it is unauthorized, is that the way? So they will answer that. But that's not something the central minister starts. Land is very much a state subject. But I would, in the interest of the kind of discussion we are having, no matter what the issue is, the right to dissent is fundamental. Have it. But express your dissent in the form of disagreement, not by saying, if you don't give me this, I'll burn this down. That cannot be the